Hey, I'm Hannah.
I'm Echo.
And I'm Crystal.
And this is a news, culture, and current events podcast from the perspective of 3 YouTubers. Hannah, what are you salty about today?
Well, Echo, listen, I've got so much salt because I feel like we've been friends for so long and I don't know anything about you guys, and I need to know your entire life story and the backstory and what made you the beautiful woman that you are today, Echo, specifically. Yeah. Singling you out.
We need to know, Echo.
You need to tell me everything from the beginning. Okay, you're born. There was a bright light. Go.
I cut out so hardcore.
Oh no, you're fine. I was just being dramatic. Alright, so basically we thought today we would go over some of our backstories and, like, I don't know, less preparation today for Women's Day.
It's
International talk about
Women's
how
Day,
we got to the place we are.
Our week has been really weird,
yeah.
so we're just winging it today.
So we're just gonna have a chill, fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
yes.
Who wants to start with their backstory?
I don't know.
Well, Hannah, I know you have a very interesting backstory in terms of your YouTube stuff, because you built an audience on other platforms first.
I did. I did
which
it
is very
weird.
Different.
Yeah, I definitely didn't do it right. So my my famous birthdays thing still says that Dan and Phil built my channel, and I'm like, all right, friends.
Thanks, famous birthdays.
I'm like,
gosh.
Okay, I guess so. But yeah, they still have me down as like a Dan and Phil fan artist, and I'm like,
oh
okay,
no.
cool.
You know, you can email them.
I know.
I don't know. There's a lady who emailed me, and I was like, don't put that.
It took them forever to put a profile picture on my, like, thing.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Like, it took them forever.
But real talk, how... no, I'm sorry to interrupt,
go.
but how hyped were all of you and all of us when the famous birthdays lady was
oh my god, I lost
you
my
want
mind.
to be on famous birthdays?
I lost
We're
my
like,
mind. I was like,
Me
Mom,
too.
No
I've
one
made
told
it.
me.
No one told
I just, like, came across it.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I had just come across it, and I was just like, oh my god, I've reached a new level of importance.
Dude, I thought...
It matter a little
I
bit,
think they had to
but
ask
there's no
for-
picture.
I think they're supposed to ask for permission when
Yeah,
they put
they
your
are.
picture, at least?
Yeah.
They didn't put... I mean, I think they did on my Twitter to put my picture. But before that, they had never asked me. They had just, like... I don't know if someone made the account or, like, the thing for me. Yeah, and they were just like... Because someone's updating it. And, like, every time I hit a new subscriber milestone, they just, like,
They're so
update it. I'm like,
top
you are
of
on
that.
top
Dude,
of
never
this.
been
They're so
wrong.
on top
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
It's low
They're
key.
awesome.
I was surprised when they made my account. They're just like, is these details correct? And I was like, yeah. And so they put it up there. But then I read through it, and they're like, they knew David's full name and, like, the year that we met. And I was like, how?
Under my, like, backstory thing, it says that I took ballet classes as a child. And I was like, how did you know that?
It's like...
Where did they get that
It's
information?
weird stuff.
I have no idea. Like,
I don't... They're ninjas.
I was on their
Famous
research
birthdays.
team.
they said they're like, she
Like,
attended
they're
VidCon with
intense.
her sister. And I was like, whoa.
How did you know?
How do you know who my sister is?
I don't even remember what mine says. I know that it had, like, something... It's, like, mostly about, like, my stripe patterns that are in, like, all of my videos. And then, like, a lot of, like, really public stuff. And then I want to say they also mentioned that I have sisters. And I was like, I've said that in maybe one
I know.
video.
That's how I know about it. Like, Greta's been in, like, a couple of my, like, travel vlogs. But nobody watches those. I'm like...
I feel like they combed through every
Props.
video.
Whoever got assigned to us.
Yeah, they
Props.
were like, I'm doing this job right. I'm not fucking this one
they
up.
are.
Yeah, we're impressed with famous birthdays. That's what the first 5 minutes of this podcast is about.
Thanks, famous birthdays.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you guys for getting it so right.
Not Spawn, but I mean famous birthdays. If you want to hit us up.
Oh god.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. Where it's at.
They
Alright,
are.
anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, that kind of relates to a list that I made a really long time ago. Before I started making full-on YouTube videos and stuff, I made a list of, like, levels of fame. And it was like, this is, when I'm approached on the street for the first time, that's a level of fame. When someone makes, like, a Wikipedia page about me, that's, like, a level of fame.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's one of them, is, like, having, like, someone make an account on famous birthdays.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, there's so many.
Yeah, the first time I got approached in Sam's Club, which is
oh
like
my gosh.
known for what, like middle-aged moms shopping there. Like, who shops in Sam's Club?
Uh-huh.
The first time I got approached in Sam's Club, I was like, I've made it. Someone recognized me in a Sam's Club.
That's great.
This is it. I was trying to get behind her. I was trying to get around her to get the there was this microwavable Asian chicken that looked real good, and I was like making a passive aggressive move to get behind her and get the chicken, and she was like, "Are you Hannah Hoffman?" And I was like, "No." I want my chicken. Get away from me.
Give me my chicken.
Because I was being so passive aggressive about it. Anyways.
Oh no. That's great.
It's good, yeah. I've got good recognized stories.
I've only been recognized a big ton. I live in New York City, and apparently I have fans here. Like, they always are like, I'm in NYC. But, like, also, I don't go outside.
Do people make eye contact, though? Like, do people like, even look at you?
No.
Like, or
I mean, if you're an actual New Yorker, like, if you live here, it's just keep your eyes down or up and just keep it going. So, like, I don't know. If you're in New York City, please stop me. I know I don't talk to me, but if you're a fan, I will happily talk to you. Just tap my shoulder.
I purposely keep on the don't talk to me face, but
Yeah.
you are welcome to talk to me. Always.
Yeah.
I'm
You
always
gotta keep the face on for the strangers, but if you're a fan, please come.
Yeah.
Please come talk.
You're the exception. We want to talk to you. All right, so backstories.
Backstories.
I can go first, or we could do it in like shifts if we wanted to, like how we started, and then like growing. I feel like we've all got very like similar growing stories, like how we grew on YouTube. It's really just like how we got started that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should start with how we met.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. You
That
guys
works.
met first,
Because
so
that's like
Yes. We did meet first.
Yeah.
yes.
All right.
So I used to do a podcast, or no, sorry.
That's
I used to do a video series on my channel called BAM, where I would just talk about small YouTubers, and it was kind of just like a sneaky ploy to make YouTube friends, and it worked really well because I ended up meeting Crystal, or you emailed me first.
I did.
Because I used to have an email set up with it.
Yeah, I was surfing through Twitter. Okay, so when you're on that small YouTube game, like I don't know about you guys, but I was on like how to self-promote 101, like how to get my shit seen by people.
That was not me at all.
Like, it's me.
I knew I did some of those things, but a lot of them was like, I don't like that. I don't want to, like,
Most
I
of
don't
it
wanna
was like
self-promote
annoying and I
this
didn't
kind of
want to
thing.
do it. But there was like a small YouTubers retweeting Twitter, which I happened upon, and they just retweeted small YouTubers, and that's all they did. And I just happened to be scrolling, and I forgot why, but Echo's video caught my attention, and it was a BAM video. I don't know, maybe you looked interesting? I don't remember. So I clicked it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this girl's super cool. I need to be her friend. And so I was I watched like 6 of your videos, and I was like, oh man, okay, I gotta get on this show, and I need to be her friend. I gotta start writing out the draft for the plan of how to become this girl's friend.
Your email was like the only like super like good professionally one. All the other ones were like, hi, I'm like 13, please have me on your show. This is my username is the wolf magic at 492.
That sounds
whatever.
familiar. I've gotten that email before.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get those emails. But I've said it before, but I'm Leslie fucking Nope. So I like had a signature, and I was like, I have this many subscribers, and blah 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 blah, blah and this and that, blah, all the details. Like, if you would have the moment to something, I don't know, we'd probably stop the email buried.
That's awesome.
And
It was like it was very professional.
I need you to like look over my resume sometime. You're the most.
She would be a good person for
in
it.
the world.
I'm really good at that shit.
I'm terrible at
It
it.
was
I'm like, hey,
like
please.
it was really good too, because like as soon as I saw it, I was like, I looked at your channel and I was like, these are very professional and very like you came off as a YouTuber, even like as a small YouTuber. It's like this person actually knows what they're doing.
Aww.
So I was like, of course I'm gonna put this one
that's so
this
good.
channel on
Great.
my thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then we talked a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we'd stopped talking for a while, and my channel hit this weird growth spurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had like 50,000 subscribers, or no, was it like 20,000? It was something.
Yeah, it was 25.
It was a couple, like, solid chunk of like subscribers, and then I think you were at like 1,000 or 700 or something, and you had sent me this email. about like, hey, we should collab, but it was like so sad. It was like, you don't have to if you don't want to. I don't want to like pressure you.
Crystal.
It wasn't. It was just like,
okay,
we can collab. We're friends.
Okay.
That was like the first thing she told me about you, though. That you were like super cool, even though you were so much bigger than us. And I was like,
yeah,
I love her already.
So cool.
You don't understand how rare that is. It's so rare.
It's so rare. So like we were already friends. Like we stayed cool or whatever. And like as you grew, I was like, you know, supporting my friend, and I was like, oh shit, she has 6K. Oh shit, she has 10K. And I was like getting hyped. And then I don't know, I moved to a new place, and you were doing well, and I was like doing better because I had been stuck at like 200 subscribers forever, and I was finally having an uptick.
My number was 40. I was stuck at 40 for forever.
Yeah, dude, you stuck at it. And I don't know, I was like, if I don't talk to her now, I'm not going to be able to be her friend. And then, but if I talk to her now, she's going to think I just want her subscribers.
Oh.
And I remember thinking it was just so silly, because it was just like, we're friends, of course, we'll always be friends.
I know, but still.
It was just like,
I remember, real
so
talk,
sweet.
this, I don't know if I've told you this, but I was in the kitchen of the apartment I'm in now when you texted me back. Or emailed me back, and I remember I got so excited I hopped a little bit.
Oh my god! Aww,
That's so cute.
That's so
I know,
cute.
I got so excited. I was like, oh my god! Anyway. And then we collabed, and we made one of my channel's still most popular videos, If You Lived in an Anime.
I love that video.
That's a gem. I'm proud
that
of
one's
those
really
videos.
crazy. I still have all of the drawings from that video too. I'm thinking if I ever start a Patreon, I might like send them to people as like a monthly perk or something.
That'd be nice.
Heck yeah.
Because I've got a bunch of those and like a bunch of like random drawings from other videos, like the drawing 90 shoes or whatever. Or no, it's like 50 shoes in 90 seconds
I remember
or something.
that video. Yeah.
Yeah, I still have those like 50 some odd shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Just sitting in a folder.
Good
and it's
shoes.
like, I feel like I feel like there are people who would want them.
Of course.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just feel like it'd be cool.
Give us your art.
I'll send you one.
Us.
I'll send each of you guys one random pair of shoes.
Thanks.
Shoe drawing, not even real shoes. And then, okay, so that was how we met. And then we had talked, and, okay, the first collab that we had done together, that was over, like, across the country.
Yeah.
So we'd never actually seen each other in, like, physical space. And it's, like, we had talked for, like, a year and a half or something, where we were just, like, in a perpetual conversation, you know, as internet friends do. And then eventually I was flying out to London because I was moving there, and I was like, oh, I could just, like, stop off in New York because it's on the way. And just, like, chill out for a few days. And then we'd met each other in person in physical space for, like, the first time. And it was so weird, because it was just, like... I remember the first thing that I said to you compulsively was, oh my gosh, you're so tall. And I immediately felt horrible about it. So I was like, you hear this a million times. It's like someone saying echo, echo, echo when they hear my name for the first time.
I am.
For anyone who's listening, Crystal's very tall.
Yeah, she is.
And she already knows this, and no one...
It is surprising,
You do not have to bring it to her attention.
Listen, okay, it is surprising. I acknowledge I am 5'11" is what it says on everything, but it's 5'11.5 exactly. And if you round up like you do in math, I'm 6 feet tall.
And I feel 6 foot tall for sure.
I am tall. Very tall. And I think it's also weirder because I'm very slender.
Yeah.
So if you have somebody who's tall, but they're just like, they're just proportionate, it's just like, oh, you're a person. But I'm like a bean pole.
It emphasizes the tall.
Yeah.
So it's just more tall.
You look like you're like a 2-story building. And I was like, she's beautiful.
No.
You're very, like, a model.
Yeah,
You're like,
oh.
you look like a model.
That's what I immediately was. I was like, oh god, I can't talk to her in person.
No.
I was immediately intimidated. I was like, uh-oh.
Oh no. I'm the pink blob that
Yeah,
says,
I was
no,
like...
that's me.
I was so sad. Like, that's one of those weird little things that I've, like, dwelled on forever, is that, like, why does that have to be the first thing that I said to her, and, like, the first time we met in physical
I didn't
space?
even think about it. I'm
that,
so
like...
used to it. I'm so used to it. It's like, it's fine.
I have
It's
to,
like the Echo
struggle
Echo
not to do
Echo
that.
thing.
As soon as I met Tim Tom in person too, he's
He's
so
very tall.
That was
He's
like
very tall.
I was like, don't say it, you're so tall. Don't say you're so tall.
Don't say it.
I was like,
To be fair, also, I said that about everything in New York.
You did.
oh, it's so tall.
It's so
It
tall.
is.
Everything was so tall.
It is.
Yeah.
You are proportionate
Everything was
to New
so
York.
tall.
I am.
Yes. You are. Oh my God, we're proportionate to our cities.
I am. But okay, so that's how me and Ecker met,
And
and
then
then
you guys
yeah,
met
Yeah.
we met it next up.
each other.
we did.
Crystal brought us together.
Yes.
Mhm.
That was one of the first things you said to me. You were like, you have to meet Echo.
I did.
I was
Aww.
like, let's do
Okay.
it.
Okay, I remember seeing you at Next Up, and you were in a little ball at. Okay, first, hold on. Rewind. What the fuck is Next Up?
Go.
Next Up is a program, for those who don't know, that YouTube puts together. That's kind of like a little contest for up-and-coming YouTubers, that if they believe in you and your content and think you have potential, they fly you out to either New York or LA or somewhere else. And they put you up in this hotel for a week, and they teach you cool shit and give you money.
Yes, basically.
That's it. And I already
thought
lived in New York,
if
so I didn't get the hotel.
yeah, I got the hotel. It was a nice hotel. It was super nice. What was I gonna say? I thought it was a scam at first because
Aw.
I am taught to think everything is a scam, and I was like, they are not gonna fly me to a real thing. It's fake. And then I was like, okay, they're gonna pay for everything, so might as well fly to New York for free anyways.
Was true?
So I jumped up and down when I found out they were gonna pay for everything, and I was like,
Dude, yeah.
this is the coolest thing maybe I've ever done. So I'm gonna go to that little hangout that they had, which was like orientation or whatever. Do you remember that?
The orientation.
So
you do,
I
remember.
think they had given us all each other's names. I think
Mhm.
before that,
Mhm.
maybe. So we could like look at each other's channels, which of course you gotta.
Obviously.
You gotta.
Obviously.
So immediately, I was like, oh, there's one more artist there. There's one more artist, and her name is Crystal, and she's so funny and nerdy. And the first thing I saw was that Triforce in your background, and I was like,
Oh, man.
we're gonna be such good friends.
Oh, man.
I immediately was like, it's time to have a YouTube friend, the first one.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, my God. Okay, so I saw your channel for the first time, and I think I saw your fangirl video first.
It was that
And I
time,
was
yeah.
just...
Oh, God.
like, oh my God, this is the best. Bless.
Oh, God.
I was like, we're gonna be friends. Anyway, okay, so when we went to the place, I was already excited to meet Hannah.
Yep, same.
And I guess same, okay.
As soon as I saw you, I think you came up to me and you went, we need to talk. And I said yes. And then you walked away to go get food or something. And I was like,
Sorry.
that was the best first meeting I ever had with a friend. Like, this is time to have our best friend. It's time. Because you
Oh
were
my
so
God.
like, it's happening. You don't have a choice. And I was like, this is perfect. I didn't want one.
You don't have a choice in this friendship.
Yeah.
We're gonna be friends.
We like locked eyes and we both knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, we knew. You were in like a little ball, and like it was very awkward, like first day of high school awkward.
Oh, I
And
was
then
so
I was
awkward.
like, okay, I have to keep my hands busy, so I can't just talk to this person I've never met before without my hands busy. So I was like, we're gonna be friends, and then I had to go get tea.
It was so first day of high school. I got there so early. I had to wait by the doors for them to open because I was so scared I
no.
was going to be late. And
Oh no.
of course we all knew what each other looked like, but nobody had
yeah.
introduced themselves yet. And I was like,
Oh man.
I can't approach anybody because I'm terrified. God knows I wasn't on anxiety medication yet. I was like, I
Oh,
can't
no.
do this. And so I stood there and didn't talk to anybody until we got in the actual space proper. And I was like, all right, now we can talk.
We could talk.
But like, we all waited by the doors and I was like, not talking to anybody. I think Amy, is that her name? What's wrong
Amy,
with me?
yeah.
Yes, her name is Amy, of
Amy,
course. I
my
know her.
girl,
She's
Amy.
great. I'm pretty sure she was the first one to introduce herself because she is business AF.
Yes.
And she was like,
She's business AF.
I am gonna get things
Oh,
done.
I know
and
exactly who you're
know
talking about.
everybody.
Amy is my business senpai.
Yes, she knows.
She
what's
doesn't know
up.
what that means, but she is one.
Yeah, for real. That is her personality. She was in your group, wasn't she?
She was.
Yes.
She's my boo.
She's great.
Like her and Kyla were in my group. They're
Yeah,
both fantastic.
They were both awesome. Yeah, it's true. I had such a hard time talking to anybody but you. I was like, I can't. They were all like these beauty girls and stuff, and I was I can be pretty and have friends too.
I can be pretty.
I was like, I don't have anything in common with them at all. I don't think you were with us when we were like walking around and stuff. And I tried to talk to Natalie, who was also a beauty girl, and I was like, I can't talk to you about anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm trying so hard. Oh god, no. It was like not relatable content.
I understand completely. The only reason I'm like old. So like I'm 27. And I've lived enough and I've done enough things to be around a lot of people that I don't have anything in common with, and I just really fucking hate silence and social awkward. I have social anxiety, but I fucking hate social anxiety, so I'm like, it's gonna go away. Like, it's pretty much how I approach it.
Yeah. I will power through a conversation.
Yes. So there was a time and period in which I did all of that. Like, I did the modeling thing for a while, and that's all it was. And I stopped it because that's all it was, and it wasn't fun for me. But because of that, I was able to, like, have basis of conversation to some capacity, so it wasn't so awkward, but it still was a little bit.
You did fine. It was good. We had a great time.
We tried.
We're talking about next up so much, but it was such a big, like, thing for us.
It was.
Like, it was like, oh, YouTube's reaching out to us. We're legitimate all of a sudden. Yeah. That's kind of what it felt like. And
it did. We're on their wall. If you go to New York YouTube Space, we have signed pictures on the wall.
James, the Odd Ones Out, just sent me a picture when he was in New York the other day of me on the wall, and I was like, it's such a derpy picture of me. Don't look at it. But it was so much fun. It was really, really good. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we met, and we were friendsies. Yes. And I was like, you have to meet Echo, because this whole time, Echo and I. Echo, are you there? You've frozen.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, something's up with the Wi-Fi.
That's okay.
Which is irritating.
Yeah, okay. I have to be on my phone.
I just turned it off
when we're here.
Okay. Cool. I just wanted to make sure you were on board, because I was about to talk about our gang. Me and Echo.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Echo had talks.
This was our first conversation about Hannah before I knew Hannah.
Okay, so before that even, like, at some point, when me and Echo had finally collabed and we had met in person, Echo just kept saying, we need to have a YouTube gang.
Yes. Like, we need to, because, like, we were planning YouTube domination from, like, the very beginning of our channel, obviously. So we were like, we're gonna grow our channels and take over. And I was like, we need to, like, things work best in threes, we need to, like, add more people, get more people on this. And you had suggested Hannah.
Yeah, so when I saw Hannah's channel, and then I saw Hannah in real life, and I was like, okay, cool, she's just as great in person. I was like, I found the third wheel to our fucking tricycle.
Yeah. Our tricycle of doom.
Our tricycle of doom.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, Echo, Hannah, Echo.
Yeah, immediately you were like, I think it was on the first day we met, you were like, the next person that needs to happen right now is Echo. We need to get Echo here. And I was like, all right.
It was meant to be.
And then I think you told me how many subscribers she had, and I don't remember what you were at that time, but it was like the biggest number in the world to me. And I was like, oh my god! Like, I can't believe she knows someone with that many.
I think it was just over 100,000.
It felt like so many.
Because I couldn't apply for the next step that you guys were part of.
I think you were at either 125 or 150, and I was at like 11K to 12K at the time.
Yeah, it had been a while.
I had just hit my one of my big growth spurts, because from the time that I went to orientation, or like I went to the Google Hangout thing, to when I got to Next Up, I had gone from 40 to 70K, I think. And so that was like, whoa.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And so I was in the little, like, it really kicked up for a second there. And that was awesome. I don't know what else I was going to say about that, but that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember you mentioning that, because, like, that there was, like, a period in time where it had passed, like, from the time of applying to the time of actually getting there.
Yeah, the other person that was, like, really big there was Joey? Ahern had like a ton
Joey
of
Ahern.
subscribers compared to us. They were
yeah.
always like, I don't know, anybody with a lot of subscribers is immediately intimidating for some reason.
Yes.
And you just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't feel like one of those people.
You recoil, you feel like, you shut down a little bit.
A little bit. Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I don't know. It's just such a weird, there's nothing to describe it. Like, it's just so weird.
Yeah, I can't think of any other, like, anything in the real world where...
I guess it's
like
meeting a celebrity.
I think it's like what you were saying with money.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
or like what you were saying with,
Yes.
like, money. Like, if you met someone and for some reason you knew that they make, like, $500,000 a month or something like that, and you're like, oh my god, I'm talking to a millionaire right now. That's always in the back of your mind, and it's like you can't just shut it off.
That's exactly what it is.
And it makes them intimidating.
And, like, I know some people are like, ooh, let's be smoozy, but, like, I'm the exact opposit of that. Like, I don't want to, like, appear to smooze them, so I'm gonna, like, be mean to them almost, because I'm scared.
I'm gonna be mean to them.
I don't know what happened to
Tsundere
them.
Hannah.
But I don't remember the first time that me and Echo talked in person. I can't remember. I think we just got
I
on
feel
a
like-
hangout and, like, just talked for a while.
I think that the first time that we had talked was through WhatsApp.
Yeah, I think so.
Because we
That's
had made
possible.
a group chat. That was the first time that we talked to
That's-
each
I think
other.
you guys met at VidCon.
Did we meet it?
Dude,
I think it was
it
VidCon.
was.
Oh, it was. That was the first time we met in
It was
person.
the first time because it was during my meetup, and I was, like, being surrounded, and I was like,
Yes.
Echo,
I remember
it's so
that.
nice to see you in person. I'm so anxious right now.
Yeah, and then, like, instant, like, donut of fans.
And then I didn't
Just, like,
see you for
surrounded.
another 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, good meeting for the first time. And then we ran to my hotel room
Yes.
and hid for a couple hours.
That was. We were in different hotels, because it's like, you were in the main
Yeah.
one, and Crystal and I were, at one
the
that was,
better
like,
one,
off of...
by far. Yeah.
It
You guys
was
are-
better.
Like, it was
I'm
so
not
great.
gonna-
We had free Wi-Fi,
I'm more concerned
and
with
it
the
was
waffles.
cheaper, and...
It had free waffles,
Yeah,
free breakfast,
free waffles, free breakfast.
Wi-Fi.
Belgian waffles.
I mean, it was a walk, but it was great.
Belgian waffles are my jam.
Yeah.
I need them in my life.
Just really quick.
Even the walk wasn't that
Speaking
bad.
of VidCon and hotels, like, one of those low-key... Okay, this is just me being salty. That has nothing to do with our backstories. One of those, like, low-key status things that annoyed me a lot was, like, anytime I talked to a big YouTuber, especially was, like, when I was backstage, because I did a panel, they'd be like, oh, so where are you staying? You're at the Hyatt? Because that's where they were all staying. All the important YouTubers were staying.
Yep.
And, like, the moment I said, oh, no, I'm somewhere else, they immediately, like, shut me the fuck down. Like, within 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's great.
Which is, like, it's stupid. It's okay, because we had internet.
I know.
So you can just, like, look at them and be like, fine, I have free internet access and free food,
I
so
know.
screw you. I have all the things you wish you
Oh,
had.
I know.
damn.
As they walk away in their Calvin Klein gear.
Burn.
Yeah. Jesus. Do you know
Yeah,
how
the
expensive
free
Calvin
Calvin
Klein
Klein
underwear is? By
A
the
lot
way?
of money.
I was gonna buy some the other day, and I was like, $30 for some underwear?
No.
I'm gonna get a
It's a
10-pack for
That's
that.
stupid.
I know.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I'm not buying that stuff. Okay.
And they get it for free, too, which is the worst part.
It's so dumb. All right.
Anyway, so we
Yeah.
officially all got together as the trio
Holy
at
Trinity.
VidCon. The Holy Trinity. Is
yeah.
that what we're calling
Yes,
ourselves? Are
the-
we going to be audacious enough to call ourselves
I don't
that
think
in
so.
unthrown?
I feel like we'll never be able
Memory,
to, like,
Hannah.
reclaim
Yeah,
it.
we
can't
Yeah, we'll never
overthrow
reclaim
them.
that. I feel like someone said the YouTube Queens at a point.
I like
I
that.
don't know. I like that. I'm
Yeah.
into it. Hey, listeners, come
the
up with a
YouTube
name for
queens
our
take
posse. We
yes,
don't know.
we are not clever
No, we're
enough.
not.
I like the tricycle.
Someone else.
The tricycle.
I like, yes, Tricycle of Doom.
Tricycle
There's
of
a
Doom.
YouTube Tricycle
I
of
kinda
Doom.
love it, to be honest.
Can you just imagine? Okay, so the Holy Trinity has like a panel or some shit at VidCon now. Can you just imagine the Tricycle of Doom panel?
Heck
Can we be like either the Tricycle of Doom or the Holy Tricycle?
Oh,
I would be
tricycle.
okay with.
Okay, we can vote on that.
I would be okay with either
Okay,
of
so
those.
good.
Poll.
Can we just put a
off
poll?
to the side.
Let's put a poll.
You can poll
Let's
off
put
to
a
the
poll
side.
in this podcast.
You poll the podcast.
Poll the
If you're
podcast.
listening on
Yes,
iTunes
in the cards.
or anything else,
Go to the
Yeah,
YouTube.
go to the
Go to the
YouTubes.
YouTube.
Come on, what are you doing?
Yes, go to the YouTube, click the cards, vote on the poll. Either the Holy Tricycle or the Tricycle of
I
Doom.
love
That's
it.
what we
That's
are.
so
That is
good.
our gang name now.
So good. All right, so we met up and we became instant besties, all of us. I don't know, it really just like
it clicked.
Yeah.
It was
We
magic.
started going to
good.
panels,
was
right?
real good. Did what?
Yeah.
See, I love internet friends. We went to panels, right?
Yeah.
We went to a bunch of panels together.
Yeah.
I love internet friends because it's like you weirdly already know each other.
It felt like I was
So
already
it's like-
friends, like, and I've already
Yeah,
seen
you
in
meet each
person.
other in... Yeah, it's weird. Like, you meet each other for the first time in physical space, and it feels like you've known each other for forever.
It wasn't weird at all. Like,
So weird.
I don't know. There is something weird about seeing a person that you've only seen 2-dimensional in 3-dimensional all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
very
it's different.
like shocking, and you kind of want to like.
You get a sense
Whoa.
of, like, their mass. It's like me realizing that Crystal is
Yeah.
tall. It's like, how am I friends with someone for, like, 2 years and not know that they're tall? I remember Crystal and I met on International Internet Friends Day. Is that what it was?
We did.
Yes.
It was an
We just
accident.
happened to.
That's so
It was a
good.
complete accident, and then it was just trending on Twitter the day that we met. It was really cool.
It was
That's
exciting.
adorable. I love internet friends. Internet friends are the best. I just want to go out there and say that.
They are.
They are. I feel like there's so much more meaningful. Well, at least for me, this is very like me specific. There's so much
Yeah.
more meaningful than real life friends because you totally choose to have them. It's not just
Yes.
circumstantial.
Yeah.
It's like I'm choosing to go out of my way to talk to this person.
Yeah.
It's not just
Yeah.
I see them, so I'm friends, which is
Mm-hmm.
literally no one else in my life.
I know, dude,
Except
same.
Tony.
Yeah.
I guess Tony I go out of my way to see.
No, it's the same. I used to have, what was it? Fun anecdote, like back when I first started watching Philly D, his vlogs used to open with, motherfucker, I'm awesome. No, you're not, dude. Don't lie. I'm awesome. Back
Wait,
then.
really?
Yeah, his vlogs used to start like
What?
that.
That's
Anyway, and at the end of it, it was like, quarter of my life gone by, and I'm a heifer of my friends online. Motherfucker, I'm awesome. Anyway.
Yeah, that's Spose. That's awesome by Spose. I love that
Yeah,
song.
and I used to listen to it and go, damn, I don't think I have any friends from the internet, and I'm like 20. Anyway, and then I used to be like, oh man, one day I guess, and now here I am. I literally have maybe 2 people in real life besides David who are my friends, but I never see them.
Yeah.
Like,
Same.
ever.
All my friends
I
are
have
like
so many internet friends.
yeah, all my friends are like the friends I see in class. And literally like my best friend, I don't have any classes with him this semester, and I like never see him anymore. And I'm like, I was so close with you, but maybe it was just because we had all our classes together.
Yeah.
And I still
Circumstantial
love him.
closeness.
He's great. But also,
Yeah.
Right?
I just don't go out of my
That's
way
made
to
me
see
realize,
people.
like sometimes friends are just circumstantial. It's like you're friends because you
Yeah.
see each other every day. Like some of my best friends from high school, I haven't talked
Oh,
to
God.
them in
Okay,
years.
I'm gonna go on record.
And it's like,
I completely excommunicated everybody from my high school, from my life.
Dude.
same,
Same,
literal
though.
same.
Deleted all their numbers, like blocked all their numbers. They cannot
Yeah.
contact me.
Unfriend
anymore.
them all on Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
I
Yep.
actually just
I don't-
deleted my Facebook.
Damn,
I-
I deleted my Facebook too.
I did the
I was
exact
like,
same thing.
bye.
I saved. Okay, this is like I knew from the beginning, like I hated everyone in my high
hated
school, and I was just like, I need to just not speak to any of you ever
Yeah.
again. And I stopped speaking to them, and then I was like, there was one tie that I kept. Like there was one person who I was like, okay, fine, I'll let this slide, even though you're like a person from my high school, we'll still be friends. And it
Yep.
screwed up my life so bad, and now I don't talk
Okay,
to them
same.
anymore.
Yeah, no.
And it's
Okay,
like,
yeah.
same,
Same.
exact same.
it's like you have to
Same.
cut
You have
every
to cut
single
my
tie.
best friend in high school, like
Cut
we
them.
literally, we did everything together. We were like bestie. Like it was just me and her, and we went to the same college, and we even lived in the same dorm area. And I'm sure there's another side to this story. Like she thinks I went crazy, and I think she went crazy, but I think she went crazy.
Oh no.
And we just like we didn't even have like a big fight. She just completely stopped talking to me, and I saw her once
Yeah.
in person, and she just flipped me off and walked away. And I was like,
Oh my gosh.
I know, it was so jarring to me
What?
because I was like, oh, I thought we were just like taking a break or something, like not talking to her for a little bit, and she was like fucking furious at me, and I was like, oh I
man.
don't know what I did. I don't know what I did.
What?
But you know what? If people can't be grown-ups and like fucking talk,
I know.
you guys know me. I'm like the chillest dude.
You're so
am
fucking chill.
Yes.
Like
It's
if
great.
you got a problem with me, just fucking say it. But I don't do anything. Like I don't.
No.
I'm not like skeevy. I don't do stuff.
Hannah just it floats through life on a cloud of anxiety.
I do. I'm
That's
just
all.
like fucking
A very
existing and
fluffy
dealing with
cloud
my
of
own
anxiety.
stuff. Like
Yep.
if you want something from me, you're gonna have to say it, because I don't read signals very well.
Yeah, dude, there was, like, 2 people I kind of kept in contact with. Now, they were, like, coolish people from high school that were, like, fine, and if I ever just happened upon them, I would be like, what's up? But, like, I don't know. There was 2 people that I tried to keep in contact with. One I just stopped talking to purposefully for reasons that don't need to be on a podcast. And then and the other
can relate.
And the other one I stopped talking to for, I mean, also reasons, I guess I should talk about different reasons. But, like, just it was me personally being like, I'm gonna stop talking to you, but I'm not gonna tell you that.
I think that's
kind of a thing. There's just, at some point, I feel like there's a courtesy with, like, problems in friendships where you're just like, we need to talk this out. And once you've talked it out, like, so many times and it's still a problem, that's when you're like, maybe we should just stop talking.
Yeah. Okay, just a little tip for everybody, like, still in high school or still in, I don't know, or just, like, choosing to hang out with toxic people. You don't have to. You really can choose to just not. And that's an option. And if you don't see them every day, you can just ghost them. Which, you know,
you
may
can,
not
actually.
be the healthiest way to do it, but
Listen.
here I am today, living my life, having ghosted, like, 100 people.
Oh my god, I probably have people...
Especially with, like, high school.
Ooh, yeah. I have people who are straight mad at me, I think, still, to this day, for ghosting them. But it's just...
I hate the idea that somebody's mad at me out there, but also,
whatever.
Like, don't
live
really
your life.
care.
It's not worth it, man. That's the problem. When you value a friendship, you want to talk it out, even if it's uncomfortable. Yeah. You want to figure it out. You value the person. In relationships have hard shit sometimes, and that means you're going to talk to them about it. And at some point, you know, just like a toxic romantic relationship, if that just is not going well, you can have toxic platonic friendships. Like, you sometimes, after the millionth argument or fucked up thing that they did or shady bullshit that you're just so tired of addressing, if you just don't want to, then don't. Like,
preach
you owe them nothing. Like,
it's true.
Just don't.
Also, like, remember that high school doesn't last forever, and as soon as you're out of it, you get to choose who you surround yourself with.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
like, you don't have to deal with the same amount of garbage that you do in high school. It's so much nicer outside of high school, not being stuck in, like, a classroom full of people who both want to be there and don't want to be there. Like, even going to college is so different because you're surrounded by people who chose to be there.
Yeah.
It's true.
And it's, like, it's great. It's so much better than high school.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. I agree. Friendship, am I right?
I believe in you. You'll get through it. Yeah.
Hey. Though I do think it is important to press the you're not a bad person for wanting to stop talking to your friends. And also you're not a bad person for feeling like you deserve better friends. Because that's just self-care and good mental health. So don't beat yourself up that somebody might be mad at you or blah blah blah. Just let it go. Live your life. They'll get over it. I promise.
It's true.
I promise. Anyway.
Back to our backstories, though, maybe?
Back to our backstories.
Yes. Back to backstories. So that's roughly how this weird tricycle came together.
The tricycle came together.
I love it.
We assembled the tricycle.
With our 3 powers combined.
Oh my god, we're like... Okay, so people have drawn us as the Powerpuff Girls like 3 or 4 times now.
I saw that. It was I saw one of them. It was the best.
I love it.
I love it so much.
I love it. I accept it wholeheartedly. So I guess how did we grow YouTube wise? Like, is that?
Okay. How did people get on YouTube? We could start there.
Yeah.
Like, how did each of us?
Because
YouTube was the thing that brought us together. Yeah, you can start with your YouTube thing.
Got
you have even more backstory behind that.
Mine's a little unique because I wasn't just like, hey, I'm bored, I'm gonna do YouTube, which is a lot of people's story.
That's pretty much mine.
I was on the internet way before, not like before YouTube was created, but before I'd ever like really cared about YouTube. I was on Tumblr for fucking ever. Tumblr is like where the internet goes to die, if you don't know.
It does.
It's the saddest place on the internet, and I can guarantee it.
I agree.
That being said, it's where I was born. And you know, like I said, I didn't make really internet friends. Like, they were acquaintances on Tumblr, you know. I had people I talked to. And I started drawing, and then I found YouTube, and I watched Jenna Marbles, who was my favorite. I love Jenna Marbles. Are you guys still there? Okay,
Jenna
you
Marbles
are.
is great.
Sorry.
Yes.
We're intently listening.
Okay, good. All right. So, yes, Tumblr. I started watching Jenna Marbles because she's amazing and I love her so much. And then I found in the very corner of my screen, I saw two very cute British boys. And those were Dan and Phil. And I went a little overboard. I like them a little bit.
A little.
Still do.
A little.
Yeah. So I watched them to heck and back, and I started drawing because I wanted to draw them. And yeah, I know, I'm such a
To be
fucking
fair,
nerd.
they're very
They're
drawable.
so
They are.
Like, I've sincerely thought about drawing like fan art and stuff of YouTubers,
God.
but like they are very drawable as
It's
characters.
because they're so
and people.
goddamn cartoon perfect. Like, they are so
are.
like grump and not
Yeah.
so grump. Like, it's
Grump
just...
and not so grump.
That's what it is! Oh, it's so perfect. And speaking of Game Grumps, that's what they talk about that all the time too. They want like two personas of like grump and not so grump because it's so good. Like, it works so well. It's tried and true, and I love it so much. Anyways, I just kind of fell in love with them and their whole like internet thing, and I was like, I want to do YouTube too, kind of, maybe, but I don't know what I want to do. So I went through like a trial and error period of YouTube. I did a bunch of like paintings and stuff, which I loved. I really liked painting back in the day. It's very like therapeutic. If nobody's like, if you haven't painted, you should. It's really great. Give it a try. And then I decided to go the exact opposite way and do the least therapeutic thing, which is animation. It'll make you more stressed out than anything in the whole world. And I was like, this is better. This is what I want to do. So I actually started watching Rooster Teeth's animated adventures, and I was like, oh my
They're
god,
so good.
I can
Those are
do a
good.
shitty cartoon that's funny. And that's exactly what animated adventures is, but like, it's so funny. And that's what I did on the internet. So I made some cartoons for Dan and Phil on Tumblr, and then I started animating on YouTube, and my channel was born. And, you know, then I went back to vlogs, and everybody was like, go back to the animation. And I was like, no, fuck off.
No, fuck off.
And that's my channel in a nutshell.
Yay.
And now it's just like becoming your thing.
I
like
just
for
do
you.
literally whatever I want, and everybody just screams, go back to the animations, and I go, no!
Live your best life, Hannah. Live your best life.
Yeah. Live my best life. Living my truth. I'm living my truth, guys.
Yep.
Alright, that's my whole thing. For real. That's my whole story.
Okay. Should I do my thing, I
Do
guess?
it.
Yeah, go for it,
Okay.
Crystal.
Well, I mean, I was a teenager when, like, the YouTubes was, like, new. So, I grew up with, like, the fucking Leprechaun video. The fucking Leprechaun news. The Leprechaun news video, you've seen it in amateur drawing.
I don't know this one. Wait, maybe I might not know this one.
Okay, so, like, there's, like, a news channel that, like, actually covered a leprechaun in some southern city, and, like, everybody saying leprechaun, say yeah, and everybody's like, yeah. And then like an
Ancient
amateur
internet.
drawing. Oh my god. Okay, so I was 16 when that was a thing. Okay, so that gives you, I was on Zanga. Okay, like, okay, you bitch is old.
It's what, 10?
Did you guys ever see like
So baby.
Ask a Ninja?
Yes, Ask a Ninja. Yes, I was
Yeah.
about that
Like that
life.
Oh
era?
my god.
I was about that life. So I just grew up in adolescence with, like, essentially memes before they were memes. So, like, that's what I knew YouTube to be, is just a place of memes and silliness. And so I lived my life, and I tried to do entertainment for a while, and it failed. And that's another story. And then there's a siren going outside of my window.
That's okay.
We can give it a sec.
I'm gonna wait. I heard it, and I was like, it's just getting louder.
It's coming for you.
Okay. So, I moved to New York City to do entertainment in 2008. I was 17, almost 18. And then I did that for like 2 years and it didn't work out. So in like 2010, I was with my boyfriend, who's now my husband, and we were hanging out together and we stumbled upon Philip DeFranco.
Yay.
I binged his videos and I was like, people do this? He has an office. This is a thing? People do this? In 2010.
Wow. Philly D in 2010?
Right? Everyone has, like, a first YouTuber where you're like, wait, this is a job?
Mm-hmm. It was Philly D. And,
dude, Philly D in 2010 was not the Philly D you see today.
No, not
yeah,
at
it
all.
was not.
But he was still fascinating to me.
True.
Especially, I went back to his old videos just because I was curious. And he had been around since the beginning, obviously. And he had those really stupid fucking videos. But I saw, like, the evolution from, like, real shit videos to, like, this guy has an office and employees. And I was like, huh. I could do that. Like, I could do it. I mean, I didn't know what the fuck I would do. But it was just one of those, like, seedlets of, like, that's a thing that I'm pretty sure I would be okay at. Anyway, I lived my life some more, and then I pretty much wandered aimlessly in the void for about 3 years.
See, dude, I always say to myself, like, I wish I would have started when I saw my first YouTube video. Like, I wish I would have started.
Oh my god. Then. I wish.
I've wanted to make YouTube videos since, like, 2006, 2007. Like, since the site first began, I remember making plans with my sister, like, we should start a YouTube channel. And then getting in, like, one argument about the first video and being like, no, forget it.
Dude,
never
going
mind.
back far enough, I remember being 15 when it was just memes. And I made a video with my friend at the time of, like, the real world. Like, some really shitty, dumb video. But it was funny. And we thought, we could put this on YouTube. Because it was actually, like, really fucking funny. It was, like, stupid, but it was funny. In the bad YouTube kind of a way funny.
Oh, hell yeah, that's the best way.
Her camcorder was a classic camcorder, so it wasn't digital. So it would have been this big to-do back then to turn it digital to put it on YouTube, and it just wasn't worth it, so we didn't. I fucking wish we did! Anyway.
Right?
Man.
So
if not
regrets.
that, then at least in 2010, it was still viable in 2010. Anyway, so I wandered in the void for 3 years and worked shitty dead-end jobs, and my dream was dead. And then I was like, I should go to college. So I went to fucking college, and then I was like, you know, I should try the YouTube thing. I had been watching more and more YouTubers, and we married my husband, and he found Swoozie one day. And I watched all of Susie's videos in, like, an afternoon, and I was like, this is fucking great. I love it. Like, I looked up to Swoozie for many reasons. Not only was he, like, this nerdy dude who did cartoons, which I used to doodle a lot in high school. He was a Christian, which it was very rare to see somebody who was in media and geek culture who was also, like, a Christian, but also, like, wasn't fucking lame. So,
and who was, like, openly, or, like, not... like, ashamed of it.
Yeah.
I feel like there are some people who, like, who I've seen that at some point they slightly mentioned it, and you're like, wait, I never would have guessed that about you.
Yeah, he's just not ashamed of it. And I had struggled. I grew up in, like, we're getting back into Crystal's backstory. I didn't mean to go this far. Anyway, I grew up in a very conservative family, so I very much struggled. I was told that if you're not spewing it in people's faces, you're a bad Christian.
Same.
But I also didn't want to be a shit person. But I also really loved Zelda, and doodling, so, like, it was a struggle. So when I found that, I was like, holy shit, I can be myself. I can do what I do and not have to shove it down people's throats, but also, like, live my life. Holy shit. So when people say, like, why do you look up Swoozie? That's why I looked up to Swoozie, for that particular reason. And I thought, you know, if he could make doodles that aren't the best, also I'm super insecure about my art, he could live his life and tell funny stories. I was like, your girl got some stories. I can do that.
Yes, you do. That I will attest to that. You have some pretty crazy life stories.
And so I fucking started. I didn't even know what to do. My husband, I thought about it for 2 weeks, and I did the thing where you just circle and circle and circle. And David, on our way to Steak and Shake, actually, yelled at me, and he was like, Crystal, just make something, is what he said.
Tony would never do that. Like, Tony is such a passive dude. He'd be like, oh, do whatever you want, Hannah. And then I'd be like, Tony, I'm gonna do it.
I was.
I feel like Tony I'm sorry, I'm gonna interject for a sec. I feel like Tony does that because he's the younger sibling, so he's very supportive.
Yeah.
Like, my younger sister is the same way. She is, the most supportive human being I have ever seen.
Tony,
it's so true.
Tony has 4 older siblings, so I feel like he's extra supportive. He's, like, got no backbone in the whole world. He's like, do whatever you feel like doing. It'll be good. It'll work out great. And I'm like, Tony.
It'll work out. Yeah, David's not the eldest, he's the middle. We're both middle siblings, me and David.
Oh, dude, me and Tony.
Me too.
Yep. Me and Tony are both the youngest. I'm a baby. Yep. I'm the baby one.
We're both tragic middle siblings is what we are.
I like that. It's a very, very truthful description.
Well, just
tragic middle siblings. Yep.
Yeah, because, like, you're not young enough to be spoiled, but you're not old enough to claim responsibility.
Watch it,
buddy. The youngest kid always gets spoiled. They always get, like, the special privileges and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely did get special privileges, because, like, anything my sister got, it was like, oh, well, Hannah can have it too. I'm like, yeah! I can get my ears pierced at 11, even though Greta had to wait till 13.
Oh, I'm getting flashbacks. Don't get me started. Oh, man, I got so mad when my sister... Anyway, we're not gonna talk about Crystal's childhood angst.
That's another podcast.
Podcast, Crystal's childhood angst. We're not gonna go there. We're just not gonna go there. Anyway, so David yelled at me, and he was like, Crystal, just make something, not like angrily, but like very firmly, lovingly, like, make something, or you're never going to do it, and you're always going to wonder, what if? So I said, okay, and that's the day that I cleaned out my office area, and I derped around and danced. I made my very first video, and then from there, it's just a whole bunch of spaghetti, is what I like to think of it. It's just me throwing spaghetti at the wall.
Yeah.
I
did
love
that
it.
for sure at first, too. I was just kind of, like, seeing if anything would work, and, you know.
Same.
I don't know what you just said.
Oh, you're good. It was just, like,
cut
to
you
see
out
if
so
anything
bad.
would work, you know?
Just throwing stuff at the wall, trying to figure out what works.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. My computer was, like, cutting out your words so hard. Anyway, figuring out what works. Yeah, basically, it was just like that. And, I wanted to do the animation and the doodles, but I didn't really have time because I had a full-time job, and it takes a lot of fucking time.
Yeah, I know them
feels.
feels.
Hard.
I actually deleted over 100 videos from my channel, so if you go on my channel, it's not there. Like, the beginnings of my channel don't exist. I had a talk show. I did fucking games.
I remember Fangirl Fridays.
Fangirl Fridays were my baby, okay?
I love Fangirl Fridays.
I miss Fangirl Fridays a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
That's cute. Dude.
Oh, yeah, it was good. I had a talk show. It was fun.
I had another channel. I didn't do this on my main channel, but I had another channel, which has been so erased and deleted from the internet. It is not there anymore. It doesn't exist. I pinky promise you can't find it. I had a channel where Greta and I would just, like, talk about our week to each other. Like, we would, like, the Vlog Brothers. That's what we wanted to be like. So we just had vlogs back and forth of, like, oh, I read this book, and oh, I did this, and oh, this is what I thought. But it's so awkward. Okay, when you're getting used to talking to a camera, it is the most awkward.
What's so awkward?
In the whole world. You don't realize how much of a skill it is until you try and do it yourself. Mm-hmm. It's impossible to talk to a camera normal the first time.
It is.
You
it's
feel
so
like
awkward.
Such an idiot. And I still do, to be honest. But you get used to it. You get used to being an idiot.
You weirdly get used to seeing the camera as, like, a person.
Like,
it is. It's like your buddy. It's like your little friend.
I just, for some reason, like, you gotta be like, it's gonna look normal in post. It's gonna look normal in post, and it's fine. Mm-hmm. I used to, when I would record, I used to make Tony go in the other room and put on his headphones and blast music so he couldn't hear me record, because I was so embarrassed. And now, of course, he sits in the room with me.
It's so weird. Or, like, vlogging in public is another thing that makes me...
I can't.
It's so difficult to talk to a camera. I always have to make it look like I'm on FaceTime or something, like I'm talking to another person. Mm-hmm. So I'll start out my sentence like, oh, hey, it's me, or like, how are you guys? And then talk about my thing.
That's awesome.
And it's just like, it looks so stupid.
Somebody told me...
But if I ever, like, try to vlog in public...
Somebody said to me, like, there's more people in the camera than there are out here. And that's really helped me since, like, if I ever do a travel vlog or anything, just looking at the camera as if there's thousands of people watching you on that end, then it makes you less worried about what people are thinking on this end. It's still awkward as fuck, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
I can never film in like an enclosed area with people if I'm in like an elevator or like a
like an
hallway
airport
or an airport.
walking through an airport is the weirdest thing.
I can't do it.
Trying to film to record myself being like, hey guys, I just landed, and
or
all these people are around me trying to like yes, that shit's weird.
So awkward. I'm not that cool.
No, I'm not there yet. We'll get there.
I'm not
maybe.
that cool. Maybe one day we'll grow up.
All right,
to be Casey Neistat.
Sorry, we interrupted you.
Yes, continue.
We're awkward artists. Anyway,
That's true.
I think I just meddled about and fucked around, and from an algorithmic point of view, it's really not a wonder that it stifled my channel as long as it did. I just fucked around and didn't commit to anything forever. And I think I did a collab with somebody, and it was the Hufflepuff video I did. I did a collab with this guy, and he used After Effects animations, and I was like, oh shit, I could do that. That's exponentially less time than drawing all of these fucking frames over and over and over again. Yeah. And so I started fiddling with that, and I stumbled upon, like, you know, I decided it was a good way to do storytelling, so I started doing stories, and I think I accidentally did fandom summaries, which is another huge thing I do, by accident. I was talking to my sister about Les Mis, like, 3 years ago, not a long time ago at this point, but when it came out, I was telling it to her and her friends sat there at a dinner table and just looked at me and said, can you record that just so we can watch it later? Because that was the most entertaining shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
That's odd.
And I was like, sure. And then at some point my brain just said, put the two together. And then I said, oh shit. I wish I would have, when I made that realization, I wish I would have just run with it, because again, I probably would have grown a lot faster had I done it when I realized it the first time. Anyway, my channel's just a huge bunch of figuring it out and mistakes, kids. Like,
same.
that's all it is.
Dude, same though. Like, don't judge anything on my channel too harshly, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
No, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying my best. This is all I got.
No, dude. Like, if you know what the fuck you're doing, like, perfect example is Mikey from Glam and Gore. Bitch knew what the fuck she was doing. She got an audience on purpose on Instagram. She said, I'm going to get an audience on Instagram for makeup and makeup only before I go to YouTube. And then she did that. And then she went to YouTube with her film degree and then made kick-ass YouTube videos and got 1 million in like 3 months or something like that. So, I mean, if you know what you're going to do, kids, by all means, do it.
Yeah, you can do it. The bar is not as high as you think it is. I promise.
Yeah. But if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, I mean, it's fine. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's like you'll figure it out when no one's looking.
Yeah. Pretty much. And that's my story. Now I haven't told a story in over a year. Eesh. But I still have a bunch of stories and fandoms and blah blah blah. And yeah, that's what I do.
I love it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Should I talk about my weird backstory?
Yeah, your weird backstory is a great backstory, Echo.
Okay, where do I even start? Okay, well, I guess I could start with my channel. So I started, Crystal disappeared.
Yeah, I thought I heard her. Go away. You could keep talking though.
Anyway, so I started my channel with my roommate. And this is one of those things that, like, I've wanted to have a YouTube channel for, like, forever, since the site began back when I was watching it in high school and stuff. And then when I got to, Arizona State, and I was studying with my friend, or like my roommate Betsy, and both of us, she had introduced me to Charlie is So Cool Like.
Yes.
Do you know Charlie is So Cool Like? He's awesome. So we were watching him, and he was the channel, like his channel was the one that inspired us to start a YouTube channel, and this was back in like 2012.
That's awesome.
And so we started a YouTube channel, we started recording stuff and editing things, and like, I like our old videos, they're really stupid. But it's, like, good nostalgia looking back on them, because it's, like, really fun memories. Oh, my gosh, I'm trying to think. We only made 7 videos over the course of, like, 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
Over the course of a year, we made about 7 videos. And that was pretty much it. And then after I had finished going to school and got my degree and everything, I needed a hobby, because I started working a 9-to-5 job, and it was so boring. Soul-crushing. Like, yes. Oh, 9-to-5 sucks. Yeah. Like, there are people who are cut out for it. I am not one of them.
At this point, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'd take a 9-to-5 just because my schedule is so goddamn horrendous. It's like a 7 to like I don't know, 1 in the morning.
I would not mind, like, an extra part-time thing. Something that was actually timed. Like, if it was part-time, so that I could still have me time.
Hey! Sorry. You're fine.
I ran away for a second.
You're totally good.
Anyway.
We were just talking about how some people are cut out for 9-to-5 jobs, and how part of the reason that I started my YouTube channel was because I needed a hobby, because I had just started working, like, an actual 9-to-5 job.
Oh my gosh.
Well, first of all, I had moved out of the city, and I just kind of spent, like, a couple months doing nothing and being sad, and then I moved back to the city with my, the person I was with, Betsy. I moved back to the city with Betsy. I was working a really weird job where I was only going into work, like, 3 days out of the week. And so I started making videos just as a hobby. I feel like it was partially inspired by Amazing Phil.
Heck yeah.
But I'm not entirely sure. I feel like it was Phil and Dodie. This was like back when Dodie's channel was first blowing up.
I love Dodie.
She's great. But yeah, so like I feel like they were part of the ones where I was like, I want to do this. I just actually should do it and like tell stories and stuff. And I distinctly remember, like, in the beginning, not doing any kind of super artsy stuff, because when I was going to high school, I was the artist. Like, that was my high school label, was, like, I was the high school artist. So I actually kind of, like, avoided doing art in the beginning, and I was, like, telling stories and doing all this stuff. I almost feel like I also partially forgot that I was an artist, which is a completely different story. But, so, I was telling stories, and I was doing, like, yeah, like story times and skits and stuff. And then I made one video where it was like, this is how you draw Adventure Time stuff. And it got like 1 million views and like blew up out of nowhere. And I was like,
that was a great
well,
video.
I mean, I've got all these old drawings I could show you. And I started going through all of those. And then my channel just kind of exploded out of nowhere. Because everyone was like, you're an artist? You can draw? That's a skill. Teach me how to do the things. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess. And so, like, I just started making art videos, and it just, like, my channel was almost, like, forcibly formed into, like, an art channel. Which works, because, like, art was something that I wanted to do forever.
Yeah.
It was just originally, my channel was... It was like my channel was my art piece.
Yeah, I can see that.
If that makes any sense. All of my videos were the art thing that I was making.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I understand.
Rather than making videos about art.
I love all of your videos. I am a stan of Echo
Aww.
Gillette. I do, though, very much miss your old videos. Just
all the ridiculous old skits
not like
and
I
stuff.
miss the old Echo. None of that shit. But, like, I used to really enjoy just watching you come up with weird shit to do. So, like,
I loved that. I used to. Okay, that was
much.
Another thing. Because I don't have a car and can't drive, the only way that I would be able to get to work was taking the bus, and it would take at least half an hour to get to work every day. So I would spend an hour sitting on a bus doing nothing, and rather than, like, listen to music or use data and stuff, I would just sit there on my notes and come up with a video.
That's awesome.
So it was like, that was
where
I would write my
video.
weekly
There's
videos.
nothing quite like scripting.
Yeah,
I miss it
scripting
too.
is
Like,
great.
those videos on my channel never do, like, the best ever. So I stopped making them for a while, but I should just go back to, like, doing stuff that I like to do. It's so hard,
it's
like,
so much
finding
more
a balance between doing stuff you like to do and doing things that people want to see. It's kind of the worst thing about YouTube.
Yeah, it is. I'm there.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It's great when they overlap,
Oh my God,
but it
it's so
sucks
good
when they
they
don't.
overlap, but they almost never do.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I don't know.
Though I do greatly encourage you, Echo, to whenever you can, obviously. But
I want to. I want to make just a video for the sake of making a
I
video.
still stand by your Creepy Things video. Like, the one with the gnome and your babies.
Oh my God, that one is so
I
old.
fucking love that
For
video
anyone who
so
doesn't know
much.
this, I have a massive
I
collection
love that
of
video.
teeny creepy
Oh,
babies.
It's the
Yeah.
creepiest thing
And
about Echo.
they're not-
It's so fucking
They're not
creepy.
creepy
That's
to me
awesome.
because I grew up with them. But yeah, you know that like weird old lady who like has like a room full of porcelain
Yeah.
dolls on all the shelves and stuff? That's gonna
oh
be
my
me.
God, no!
I have a massive
She
collection
has
of creepy
them,
little
and
baby
They're the
dolls.
worst.
Yep.
No.
I love them.
Oh my God.
They're beautiful. And they all have names
Oh my
and
God,
like
I can't.
You're a
Echo.
freak.
it's great. It's so great. I'm weird. I can't help it.
I love it.
That's awesome.
I think I enjoyed so very much the essence of the more, I guess, I won't say creative, but I can't think of another word, because all of your videos are creative. You're more free thinking videos, I guess.
Yeah.
Less structured.
Because like it's like those were made out of creativity
Yeah.
rather than being about
Yeah,
creativity.
and-
Because that's what my videos are now.
Yeah, and there's just something about them that is just, it accentuates just how fucking weird you are, and I love
Yeah,
it.
it almost feels like I've been taken out of my videos a little bit. Like
can
when I
see
talk
that.
about the things that I have made rather than like having a video that I've made. It's a weird
I
thing.
understand.
It's like
yeah.
I do.
It's
I get
so
it.
bizarre.
There's something very rewarding about making a video that like you created. I don't know, like I don't know. It's so weird. It's not like showcasing art isn't a good video. It's just that it's not the same as like just making a
It's
video.
not creative
For the video.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, the video itself isn't creative. It's showing
Yeah.
something that is creative.
I love making creative videos and like weird shit. I don't know. I miss
Yeah,
it.
the weird shit's so fun.
It is. That's always the best. Like, there's so many things that I want to do with, like, green screens and just
Oh,
make, like,
hell
a
yeah.
mess.
Oh my god.
Those are
I'm
the
into
best.
it. Well, I mean, is those all of our backstories?
I feel like I've been backstory.
I feel like that's the major, I feel like that's the summary,
our
like a solid
origins.
summary of our
This is
backstories.
why we are the way we are.
This is.
Yes.
Yep, and then it's, I guess, to tie it all up into a little podcast bun. We all went to VidCon and we got really salty about the bullshit that happened there, and so after something really fucked up that happened with another YouTuber, we sat there angrily and said, "Fuck them! We're gonna go to London and have a good time."
Yeah,
And so-
it's true.
Yes, that is what happened. And then we went to London and we had a
And
good
then we
time.
got salty again.
And yes, we got salty a second time.
And we had
And
just
then we-
gotten yelled
and
at
decided to
by
make
an
a
old
podcast.
British man.
The
Yes.
angry British man.
Oh my god. The angry
We were
British
like,
man,
we
the
can't
weird
get
salt
anybody
shakers.
to like us.
Nobody.
And I slipped on the floor.
Oh my
that
God.
sucked. It was
Oh
raining.
my
Oh
God.
my god. That was
Oh,
a good
yeah.
time.
It was a great, horrible time, is what that day was.
It was.
Anyway, that
That day
happened,
was
and
both
then
wonderful and
Logan Paul
horrible.
was an idiot, and then we were like, fuck it, let's make a podcast.
Yup.
Yes, that is legit what happened. That is the origin story, like a brief summary of the origin story
it
of
really
this
is.
podcast.
That's a good little, yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh, jeez.
Is that we were angry, and so we decided to
I'm
complain
still
on the
angry.
internet.
I'm never gonna
yeah.
get over
Me
everything
too.
that happened.
Mhm.
I can't let it
Pretty
go.
much.
It's gotta fester.
No, you see, like,
Yep.
everything that's happened, when we say everything, kids, it means, like, a big, broad paintbrush of multiple events that just led us to get saltier and saltier and saltier to make this podcast. I think we just gotta sit on it, because I ultimately think that's gonna make us better people
I agree.
in the long run.
Yep.
Because, what was that quote? You might not remember what people say, but you remember how they made you feel. And the
Oh,
fact
yeah.
that people have made us feel so small and shitty, it just makes us want to never, ever make somebody feel like that ever. And so,
Yeah.
I
guess,
think...
yeah. If I'd never been treated like that, I wouldn't have the respect for, like, people who don't make you feel like that. And
Yeah.
people who care enough to, like Echo! Like Echo
Echo!
did for us!
Like
guys.
you,
And
Hannah.
Ash.
Like me?
Yeah, like
Oh.
you.
I don't feel like
And
anything.
Ash, too.
I'm trash.
And, like, all the good YouTube
Yeah.
people.
All the good YouTubes.
All the good. There's so many good ones.
There are.
You know, that's my positive. The good ones.
The good ones.
Yes, that's the positive for this podcast.
Yeah.
Just the good ones.
Many good ones, and
So
the
many good
tricycle.
ones. And a tricycle.
Yes, and the tricycle.
Aw.
Please vote on the poll. Click on the
Yeah,
cards.
Tricycle,
Click on
Tricycle of Doom. I like them both.
I do too.
We'll make shirts.
Oh,
We'll
hell
make
yeah.
shirts.
Whatever one we get voted,
I
that
would
just
buy
becomes our
I
gang
would wear the
name.
fuck out of that
Buy
shirt.
that shirt.
Yes. We're gonna make shirts and sell those, but we're also gonna make leather jackets or like some kind of like decal thing, and that's gonna be we're gonna make an emblem
Oh my God.
that has our
I
I
tricycle.
just got
that
so
so bad.
excited.
We need leather
God.
jackets.
Oh my gosh, we have to have
Or,
a
like,
badass
something
chicks
to
photo
iron onto
shoot.
it.
We have to do it.
That-
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
I love that
Oh
so
man,
much.
oh man. Okay, I just got so excited.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna write all that down so we don't forget.
Okay.
Sounds
All right.
good.
Are we happy? I'm happy.
I think we're happy.
I'm having a
I
good
think
time.
I'm happy. I think I'm
It's a
good.
time.
This is good times.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to say our platforms, Crystal?
You can find us on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, and SoundCloud. And we release our salts every Monday. Our handles are
at Happy Panda Party,
at Echo is Weird,
and at The Crystal Joy.
And remember, friends, the human body cannot survive without salt. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in.
Bye,
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, friends.